Lori Niedecker and Charles Reznikoff, The Objectivist Approach. According to PoetryFoundation.org, Objectivism was introduced in the 1930s by William Carlos Williams. It includes Charles Reznikoff and later on Lori Niedecker, and it perceives movement and words as if the poem was an object. Objectivists use more imagery than symbolism, and they are very sincere and modernized. A few objectivists were Sapolsky, Williams, Reznikoff, George Open, and Karl Rakowski, and the British poet Basil Bunting. Later on, the American poet had joined Lori Niedecker. Although these poets generally suffered neglect, especially in their early careers, and even some of them abandoned the practice of writing or publishing poetry, they were to prove highly influential for later generations of poets, working for the modernist approach. Lori Niedecker and Charles Reznikoff. Lori Niedecker was born in 1903 in Fort Atkinson, Wisconsin. She is a part of the second wave of modern American poets. Niedecker was known for her very exquisitely crafted poems and how ironic they could become. Charles Reznikoff was born on August 31st in 1894 in New York City. Reznikoff was originally majoring in law until the 1930s, when he joined many other Objectivist poets to establish the Objectivist Press, which then got 3 of Reznikoff's books published. Night Piece by Charles Reznikoff. I saw within the shadows of the yard the shed, and saw the snow upon its roof, and a blonde glowing in the moonlit night. I could not rest or close my eyes, although I knew that I must rise early next morning and begin my work again, and begin my work again. That day was lost, that month as well, and year, for all that I can tell. In stanza 1, the author describes what he is seeing while he is being kept awake at night, describing the snow that was glowing in an oval shape throughout the night as if the moon was reflecting off the shed. This is the poet's use of imagery. In stanza 2, the author must go to bed and not be kept awake because he has a long day of work ahead of him, as every other day. He repeats, "Begin my work again," suggesting that his life is a routine and a continuous cycle. In stanza 3, each day is the same, so you get lost in the cycle and you feel no need to keep track of time because you are so devoured in the meaningless work you do. Nothing is ever new, causing him to be miserable. I Married by Lori Niedecker. I married, in the world's black night, for warmth, if not repose, at the close, someone. I hid with him from the long-range guns. We lay leg in the cupboard, head in closet. A slit of light at no bird dawn, untaught, I thought, he drank too much. I say I married and lived unburied, I thought. In stanza 1, the author needed to feel safe, so she married a man that would do just that, saying the world is black and dark, suggesting its cruelty. In stanza 2, she suggests that she hides with her husband in a claustrophobic, confined space to be protected by the warfare of society. You can interpret the phrase long-range guns as either the warfare or the broadcast of the media. Niedecker often uses symbolism of TV and radio negatively in her works. For example, in her poem Alone, she becomes joyous of not having a TV set by saying, "At last, no gun." This metaphor can be interpreted as a way to refer the use of entertainment as a weapon against one's perspective or judgment. She compares the word TV to the word gun. In stanza 3, a slit of light at no bird dawn suggests that although her marriage is not perfect, she still has a small amount of hope for her marriage, but the two are not perfect, and they definitely have their issues. For example, her husband drinks just too much. In stanza 4, she married for the greater good, and although they have their issues, she lives unburied, as if she can say that she is not entirely miserable. The end of the poem could be interpreted in 2 ways. Lived unburied, as if her marriage did not completely ruin her, and she was genuinely happy. Or, The author is the living dead, and although she is still alive, she feels as if her spirit has completely died and she has been crushed. Thanks for watching.